Namaste, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt. This is my wife, Jody. And today we're going to be doing a 30-minute yin yoga class, and you're going to be needing a bolster and 2 blocks, so keep them nearby. And today we're just going to be focusing on freeing our thought process of thinking that life is linear, that we need to follow a certain path like everybody else, that we need to follow certain steps like getting married at a certain age or having kids at a certain age and having a house by a certain time. And I think that a lot of people put themselves a lot of pressure, maybe because of social medias, because people are scrolling and comparing themselves to others. And I want to free you today from that thought process. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And you have to fully embrace that and understand that you have your own lessons to learn, you have your own path, and everybody else, it doesn't matter because all of our paths are different. So when you fully embrace that and you just do things on your own terms, this is your life, this belongs to you and not anybody else. So do not worry about others, focus on yourself, and everything will come just the way that it should, based on your own life path. So without any further ado, let's get into this class, And we're gonna start by sitting down on the bolster like me, or you can put the bolster in between your legs, kneeling down like Jody, and we're just gonna place our hands at our heart, closing our eyes, and just focusing on the breath here, dropping down our shoulder blades, lengthening the spine. And as we do big inhales and exhales through the nose, I really want you to connect with your heart, connect with yourself, tune off from the world around you, and dive deeply inward. And as you guys keep breathing, we're going to use the affirmation, "This is my life and it belongs to me." So just rehearse that in your head. Big inhale. "This is my life and it belongs to me." And as we keep breathing, I'm going to bring your focus to I am free to be who I am, and my path will unfold just the way it is supposed to be. So I am free to be who I am, and my path would unfold just the way it is supposed to be. And as you keep breathing in and out here, I'm going to bring your focus to my voice. So today I am freeing myself from my thought patterns that are putting pressure on myself, and trusting that life will sort itself out the way it should be for me. So you don't need to repeat that one, just bring it deeply inward and internalize it. So one big inhale here. Deep exhale, just release the tension that you felt throughout your body here. Feeling lighter and lighter as you exhale fully. And you can bring back your attention to your eyes, opening them slowly, bringing your hands down away from your heart. So that feels wonderful. It should set the tone and the intention for today's class. So let's dive into our first asana. So we're just going to go off the bolster and we're just going to bring it around in front of us. Placing our legs on each side, we're going to be going into a forward fold, using the bolster to rest ourselves up on it. And some of you might be all the way down. Maybe some of you will stop here. So just don't judge yourself and work with your body. So let's take one big inhale here. Exhale, we're going to walk our fingertips forward. And we're just going to find our edge here, which is that point of resistance where you feel the tension behind your legs. So we can close our eyes here. Try not to shrug your shoulders up into your neck, keeping that space between your neck and your shoulders. And as you soften up into the posture, you can try to lean forward a bit more, finding your new edge and going into a deeper stretch here. Bringing back our focus to today's intention, which is to free ourselves up from the box of thoughts that are putting pressure on us, making us believe that our life should be a certain way. Your life is your life, and it's all different from one to the other, which makes life in itself beautiful. So there is absolutely no order in which things should be done in your own life. And then we can slowly come out of the posture, very slowly. Unfolding the spine here, taking a little moment to enjoy how that feels. You can wiggle your legs a little bit if you want to get the blood flow to move. And from here, we're going to be doing a little ramp with our blocks and the bolster to go to our next asana. So I'm going to invite you to place one block just like this in a medium setting and the other block a little higher. We're just going to create a ramp that we're going to be lying back onto. And from here, we're just going to turn away from the bolster, bringing one leg forward and keeping the other leg folded. So I'm going to choose the left leg to be folded, the right leg forward. And from here, having the base of our spine in connection with the base of the bolster, we're going to take one big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down onto the bolster, feeling a deep stretch in our ankles and the front of our left thigh. So if you can lie completely down on the bolster here, allowing your shoulder blades to hang on both sides. The back of your hands can come in contact with the floor. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. And you can just focus here on letting go. Letting go of stress in your life. Letting go of pressure. Letting go of thinking that your life should be a certain way. And bringing back your focus to fully embracing the way life is for you right now. Learning the lessons that you need to learn to keep moving forward and doing things on your own terms, without judgment, without pressure. So with every exhale, you can try to send that breath down to that left eye, releasing tension in that area. Seeing how you can connect with the breath to relieve body tension throughout today's practice as well. And from here, we can roll on the right hip off the bolster and on our right forearm just to free that left leg forward. Very slowly. And then coming to the seated position. You can wiggle your legs once more. And when you're ready, we're going to be doing the other side. So you can roll on your left hip here, placing your left forearm on the ground, and then bringing that right leg back as we recenter ourselves in line with the bolster here. And then just using our breath to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, lower yourself down very slowly. If you find that there is a lot of tension, like I have right now, I'm just going to hold up here and just wait patiently for tension to dissipate as I use my breath again to loosen up that area with every exhale. And now I can lower myself down on the bolster. So from here, very slowly, we can raise our upper body, roll onto our left hip with our left forearm on the floor, and then releasing the right leg at a very slow pace, all the way forward. Then you can wiggle your legs once more, loosening it up. And from here, we're gonna go into child's pose. So I'm gonna invite you to bring the bolster in front of you, bring your legs back, moving the blocks aside, and then coming on to your knees. And we're gonna have two ways to explore this today. So the first way is the way Jody's gonna do it. So we're gonna go wide knee on the mat, touching our big toes together behind our glutes, sitting back down onto our heels. And with the bolster in front of us, we're going to take one big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward, exactly like Jody's doing. We're going to place our forearms on the bolster, and we're going to stretch our spine as we lower ourselves down. So this is number one. Number two, you can watch me. So I'm going to bring my knees back in. I'm going to place the bolster in between my knees. And then as I take one big inhale, I'm going to exhale, lower myself down, and my arms come around and behind. And I bring my forehead to rest on the bolster. So if you want to work on your spine, and your upper back, do what Jody does. If you want to just relax and focus on letting go, you can do as I'm doing right now. And when you're ready, you can push yourself back up, coming back up onto your knees and glutes here. And I'm going to invite you to move the bolster just to the side of your mat here. We're going to need it again. And we're just going to bring our legs slowly in front of us. And then lowering ourselves down. So from here, we're going to be going into reclined twist, using the bolster on our right side and for Jody on her left side. And we're just going to bring the left leg in, for Jody the right one in, and we're going to hug that knee. So let's just hug it into our chest, just enjoying how that feels, while the opposite, sorry, my French, leg is straightened in front of you. So let's take a few breaths here as we pull on that knee to have a nice stretch in our hip flexors. And we're not going to stay here very long. Going to transition into reclined twist. So on your next inhale, you're going to bring the right hand to the exterior edge of that knee. Exhale, turn it towards the right or the left if you're like Jody, and you're placing it in contact with the bolster. So this should feel really nice in your spine and in your glute. You want to try to keep your shoulder blades in contact with the floor. And then just look up towards the ceiling as you use the support of the hand that is on the knee to push down and go into a deeper stretch. So there is no right or wrong way to live your life as long as you are living your own. It is important to trust the universe, and the universe will give you exactly what you need at the moment you need it, so that you can move forward onto your path. Sometimes those things are good, and sometimes those things are bad, but they all serve a purpose to make you learn lessons. And we can release that left leg, bringing our hips back to center in line with our spine as we extend our legs in front of us. We can wiggle them in here, and then putting our feet firmly planted on the floor, bringing our knees to a 90-degree angle here. We're just going to wiggle our hips left to right in a windshield wiper motion. Just releasing our low back here in the spine as well. This feels wonderful. And when you're ready, we're going to work on the opposite leg. So just bring your bolster to the other side of your yoga mat, whichever side that is for you. And for me, I'm going to extend my left leg in front of me. Jody's going to extend her right leg. We're going to take one big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bring that right knee or left knee in, hugging it and pulling it closer to your chest. Reconnecting with your breath, loosening up those tight hip flexors in the process. And take one big inhale here. Bring the left or right hand to the exterior edge of that knee that is up. And on the exhale, we're going to turn to the left or the right, going into a twist. That should feel really good in your spine again. Keeping your shoulder blades in contact with the floor. And just looking up to the ceiling or just closing your eyes as you try to fully connect that knee with the bolster, pushing it down with your hand. we can release that leg, bringing our hips back to the center of our yoga mat, and then extending it slowly in front of us. Again, if you want to keep your legs bent here and just wiggle them left to right, windshield wiper motion, that might feel amazing. But once you're ready, just extend them in front of you. And I'm going to invite you to bring the bolster behind your head. We're going to use it as a pillow here. And we're just going to relax here in Savasana, resting the head on the bolster, taking this beautiful moment to remind ourselves that our life is ours and ours only. You don't need to be like anybody else than yourself. You don't need to feel any pressure to be somebody you're not. This is your own life and yours only. So just make the most of it with what you know and what you're capable of doing. So when you're ready, you can slowly come out of Savasana, making your way up to the seated position. So I really hope you enjoyed today's class. And I remember when I was young, we would call people trying to influence us peer pressure. And nowadays, as adult, that peer pressure can be society. And society tends to keep you thinking inside a box, thinking that your options are limited, but they're really not. If you're a single mom with 3 kids and you want to go back to university at 45, do it. If you're tired of where you live, you want to move away, start fresh, do it. If you're thinking that you're weird for liking something that others dislike, it doesn't matter. It's your life. Just live your life on your own terms and do what feels good and right for you, and you'll do just fine. So hands at the heart, big inhale, exhale, releasing tension, bowing forward. Namaste. That's the end of today's class. See you next time. Bye, guys.